forgot to do this yesterday. The Leftovers, universally positive ratings. HBO original series watch on Sky Atlantic. Justin Burrow, however the hell he pronounces his name, Harry King. I knew that was Christopher Eccleston. Liv Tyler, Regina King, Patterson Joseph, Lindsay Duncan. It's good. I think nothing. I made something out of it. Ted Lasso, universally positive ratings, Apple TV original series. Jason Sudeikis. I'm surprised I'm gonna say this for a show about football, but it's good. This Twitter as of 9 p.m. on Wednesday the 4th of August 2022. The Saints Row reboot releases Tuesday. Well, it's Wednesday, so it came out yesterday. I haven't played it yet. I don't have enough space in my PlayStation. And actually, that reminds me. Beginning review Mafia Definitive Edition. This is a review for the entirety of the remaster of the first Mafia, because I'm going to do what it did with Crash Bandicoot, what I'm currently doing, Crash Bandicoot and Mass Effect, where because I've already played all three of them before, I'm gonna it's exclusively as a remaster. I'm gonna review them, so I'm best off doing it as one review for the whole game. This is written by it. Right. Actually, into the review. It's good. They made a lot of changes to it, which I don't know how I feel about that. But I did upload a video where it was like the shitting sucks, because it does. I forgot what I was going to say now. But it's good. Nicole Kidman's jellyfish haircut is uncharacteristically edgy. What? Let me look at this. If it will load, please. That's terrible. I thought this was for like Aquaman promotion, because she played Aquaman's mum, I think. But no, that's just terrible. It's not edgy at all. It's definitely not edgy when it seems to be that a lot of people are doing it, according to that last article I saw there. Anyway, Trump tells his lawyers. I'm out of breath. I mean, right, Trump has been demanding that his team find a way to recover all the official documents that Trump has long referred to as mine, including the highly sensitive and top secret ones. Your official reminder, Trump does not have a security clearance. Well, I mean, Yeah, it's true that he doesn't have a security clearance anymore now that he's no longer president, but, well, I shouldn't say now because he's been no longer president for, over a year and a half. But, anyway. These are his documents. Like, the FBI has seized his property. He wants his property back. Like, you just go, oh, well, that means he's guilty. That means he has something to hide. There's something that he doesn't want the FBI to see. Maybe. Or maybe he just doesn't like people going through his stuff. Like Biden ordering airstrikes on Syria. I hope that he. I was going to say I hope that he set a physical instead of pointing at a map, but I mean, you know what he's like, because I was thinking, his hands are going to be so shaky, he's going to point at the wrong country. But just, it's Biden. It's going to be like, we need to order airstrikes on Washington. Sir, this is Washington. What? No. I am not a Washington. I am an American. Oh, God. J Balvin, whoever the hell that is unapologetically breaking free from gender norms through fashion. We don't have gender norms anymore. They've been completely shattered 7 years ago. There is not a single thing that you can wear, other than maybe a rubbish bag, where people will be like, oh, people won't care. But let me just look at this, because unless this is a trans man and not an actual man, then there's no gender norms that are being broken here. You're wearing a suit. Well, you wear bras because you like wearing bras and mini skirts. Yeah, there's a growing trend of men doing that. You are not unique, and that you aren't rebelling or anything like that. Because once again, you are the system, my relative in Christ. The Santa Cruz Joker loses his virginity. I know it's not him, but the only thing I think of is that French Elsagate YouTuber who, like, he put, like, green smoke in a hamburger or something. He's just like, crazy hamburger. I'm just going to show the video instead of reenacting that.
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger! This is horrible! Crazy!
It's not the same guy, but that's just what it reminds me of. The new Adam, the new Black Man Freedom Gangs, Women's Liberation, Drug School Shootings, Breakdown, Family Men, and jail gay rights. You won't trick me like you tricked Eve. I'm gonna make you eat that damn apple yourself. Now this is political cartooning. Filming a very, very big mouth lot. This might be even longer than Crowley. Well, Crowley wasn't your longest one. Christopher Lee was. Is it bigger than Christopher Lee? Like, is it so big you have to split it up into 3 parts? Seems Dead Island 2 is back after being shelved 8 times. Yeah, it's crazy amount of times they shelved Dead Island 2. Like, think the first announced, either the first announced it in 2016 or it was supposed to be released in 2016, and like I was excited for it, but then eventually I played the first Dead Island game and I think about a Riptide, and Dead Island is crap. Like, so I don't care. But I didn't hear anything about it coming back. So I completely forgot about Dead Island 2 for years. Anyway, read that as read that as Dad Island. Don't know that involved really. Last man standing gets control of the thermostat. That's because it's the bomb and about to blow up. Absolutely banging trailer. No, it wasn't really. The only thing I remember seeing of it was like they're in some sort of tropical place. Like, well, I mean, the first two were tropical, but this one is more like Miami. I don't know if it's. I'm going to assume it's not set on Miami, considering it's Dead Island and not Dead like State. But it was crap. It's just that, and you're being chased by zombies. Typical zombie trailer. Nothing unique at all. Despite all the ridicule, despite all the combination, despite an actual crime wave sweeping the country, they're still doing it. And what he means by it is the police are, are doing the Macarena at gay pride parades. And a little bit of what all the crime happening in the UK, because we've just turned into an anarchist state where you will only get arrested if you push out an edgy tweet. Our poor, poor girls. One day society is going to look back in horror at this abuse by the medical profession the way we look back at lobotomies. I used to think that way, but now I think it's going to get to the point where our side is just completely decimated. And we'll look back in horror, but only because it's gotten so much worse. Anyway, 1 month and 4 days after the operation to create a phallus. I don't know if I'm able to upload this. Jesus Christ. Right. So I've read the caption below there. I'm not gonna read it out, but that's a phi. So, like, obviously because YouTube are far left, they're not gonna view it as a phi. They're gonna view it as what the person that, this person here, they're gonna view it as what that person views it as, which is something else I'm not gonna say. But it's a phi. I really shouldn't be taken down for this. Over 20 states trying to criminalize hormone therapy, particularly for trans youth. Well, because the way I would view it, any person under the age of, we'll say, 18 who wants to, well, not wants, but the reason why we want to prevent minors from taking hormones is the same reason why we want to prevent them from having sex or drinking, because they really do not know the consequences of what they're doing. Like, if you want to do like, and this is worse than having sex and drinking, because the effects of this, for the most part, is irreversible. So if you're going to do that, you really need a clear mindset, but you aren't having like a second thought about it. It's like, I want to do this, so I'm going to do it. But you really shouldn't think that about something that's irreversible. Anyway, so my friends and I had an idea: send out our extra prescriptions around the country. If you need hormones, working with a distribution network that you access it from the free no questions asked. We have hundreds of doses of testosterone, estradiol, and whatever available right now. All are prescribed by doctors and unused. Each package comes with information on dosage, obtaining blood work, etc. I realize this is only a band-aid solution. We need full access to affirmative medical care from professionals immediately. Is it really medical care? Like, you're not gonna die if you don't transition. Anyway. However, missing a single dose of hormones can be devastating, especially for trans teens and those new to hormones. These laws are outrageous, and I can't wait for them to be overturned. In the meantime, DM me if you need some HRT, or if you have overprescribed hormones you'd like to send out. I'll take your entire stock of testosterone, please. It's not often in history that the line between good and evil is so clearly drawn. Around 23,000 migrants have arrived illegally by boat this year alone. For some perspective, in army terms, that's enough to be called a division. The O2 Arena in London can hold 20,000. Across England, we've had several stabbings of broad daylight, a shooting, and multiple scenes of lootings. Why aren't criminals afraid of the police, you may ask? Like, just a police officer just standing there, looking quite friendly. Obviously a male police officer. You cannot do the job of a police officer wearing heels. Despite vast amounts of data showing that the spread of monkeypox is occurring predominantly among gay men, CNN went to great lengths to explain that it is absolutely not sexually transmitted. Okay, maybe it's not sexually transmitted, but you cannot deny that most people who have monkeypox are gay men. Fox News published an article asserting that the FBI raid on Trump's estate was justified, another suggestion that the network has gone cold on its 2024 candidacy. Tennis legend John McEnroe says it's a joke that Wimbledon winner Novak Djokovic is still not allowed to compete in the US Open due to his vaccination status. Many on Twitter have asked, how did I go from being extremely cautious with corona precautions for nearly 2 years to now resuming pre-pandemic activities, including not masking my young kids at school? Well, because it's been over 2 years and we really need to go back to the way it was before. Before corona, it was like my mum only works 2 days, like physically, or not physically, but she actually only goes into work 2 days a week, and the other 3 she just works from home. Like, it's not really much of a threat anymore. You could say better late than never, but the damage has already been done. CNN medical analyst Dr. Leanna Wen, who for 2 years was one of the strongest advocates for masks in schools, now admits that forcing her child to wear one harmed his development. Rand Paul has told the National Institutes of Health that it should not attempt to destroy any documents relating to or in the possession of anti-fascist as he retires. Yeah, that's... Like, Rand Paul really needs to do more than that, because they will destroy any incriminating evidence that still exists against Anthony Fauci. Winter's coming, energy crisis riots are a genuine possibility. Some say the elites have lost control. Still, at least they supported the current thing. Jack, I'm sorry for actually showing the conversation. I don't do that anymore, but it's the fact that I either do it this way or I don't do it at all. And if I just don't do it then, well, no. Because I need all the evidence I can get of this happening. So, this DM's as of 28 past 9 p.m. The female head of year asked to see me today, but I couldn't come, so she said, what about Friday? I said, yeah, we will all be in anyway. She and the male head of year said that we aren't. 3 hours later, they called back and said, actually, yeah, yous are all in. Absolute clown school. How did they not know that? Because they don't communicate with each other.